Hello everyone, this is Ryguard, and welcome to my first video on this channel. What you see before you is a fully automatic mining drill. The tunnel bore itself was made by Emerald Fire 3, so that is not my design. What I have created is an unloading station and block breaker for the blocks that the tunnel bore brings back. This design is partially inspired by a design by Kachanovsky and measures in at just 11 blocks wide, 24 blocks deep, and 13 blocks high. So it is the most compact design out there. It is also one of the fastest, measuring in at 1.104 seconds from the time that the drill stops to the time that the station has unloaded all the blocks and sent the drill on its way again. Now, there are a couple of disclaimers that I need to go over before we get into the tutorial itself. This design uses a wither cage, as you can see right here. This wither cage is extremely delicate, and if built on a multiplayer server, is very likely to break. So, this design will only work on single-player survival worlds, and even then you will want to create regular world backups so you don't lose your progress when the wither goes and destroys everything. Because it will happen eventually. That being said, you can still build this on a multiplayer server, so long as you don't use a wither cage to break the blocks. I'll be splitting up the tutorial into two sections. One section will focus purely on the unloading station, and the other will focus on implementing a wither cage. So if you would like to build this on a multiplayer server, you can still build the unloading station as normal, but you will need to find a different way to break the blocks. So now let's begin on the tutorial for the bore and unloading station itself. This is a diagram of the tunnel that the bore will be digging out, and these two glass blocks in the center are where the bore itself will be. You're going to want to come off of the top glass block and come back 16 blocks. So that's 15. On the 16th block, you're going to place obsidian. This is where the bore will be stopping when it's in your station. So now that you know where your bore is going to be resting, you're going to want to come 3 slime blocks off of the obsidian block we just placed. Place a piece of glass beneath it with an observer and a sticky piston. And on the top, you're going to place another piece of glass, another observer, and a regular piston. So now it will look like this. Next, you're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4 slime blocks off of the sticky piston. Come back to this side, place an observer on the second block and a sticky piston on the first block, facing into this slime block here. Now you're going to place another observer over here, a minecart rail on this block with a minecart on it. Go ahead and break that rail. Now what you're going to want to do is nudge the minecart a little bit, so it's not in the exact center. This is very important. If you don't do this, then there's a high chance you won't be able to get into the minecart. You're going to want to place a sticky piston 2 blocks above the minecart with a slime block on its face. Go ahead and power that piston, and break the piston while it is still powered, because if you retract this piston, it'll break the whole thing. Just break it like that, and now place a piece of glass on top of that, and another observer facing into this facing into this piston. Finally, you're going to place a sticky piston on the front with 2 slime blocks like so. If you have done it right, then it should be lined up with these glass blocks right here. And it should look something like this. Go ahead and try getting into the minecart and make sure that you can get inside of it and out again. Alright, so now that you have the bore itself complete, we can start on the unloading station. Go ahead and take an observer and place it facing into this glass block on the bottom of the bore. Now take a block of your choice and come off of the observer for 4 blocks and come around the corner and place another 2. Place redstone on all of these blocks except for the last one where you will place a repeater. Next, come down into this corner and place another block. Go 1 more and then 1 block up and 1 block down. Also go 1 block down here and then block up there and a block next to it like so. On these 2 blocks, you're going to place redstone repeaters and set them both to maximum delay. Place a redstone dust here. Another repeater here, also a maximum delay. Redstone dust there. Now come 3 blocks this way and then 1 block up. You're going to place redstone on these 3 blocks and another repeater on this block, leave it at minimum delay. Finally, you're going to come 1 block up here and place another piece of redstone. Block over here, redstone repeater, set it to maximum delay. That repeater will go into a block, which with redstone on top, into another repeater, also set to maximum delay. Next, you're going to come off of this block, 2 blocks over, and place redstone on both of these blocks. Place a redstone torch on the side of that block, and then come down 1 block over here. Place a repeater on this block and set it to 2 ticks. That repeater will go into a block that will be next to a sticky piston facing up into this observer. Next, come to this repeater over here and place an upside down half slab, as well as another block right here, and place redstone dust on both of those blocks. Then you're going to come down one block and place a redstone repeater and set it to 3 ticks. Now you're going to that redstone repeater is going to go into another block with the block on the other side of it, and you're going to complete the pattern like so. Now come to the other side and place 2 blocks on the side like this. Now place redstone dust on all 3 of these blocks as well as that one. Place another repeater right here, set that to 3 ticks. 1 repeater right here and leave it on minimum delay. That repeater will go into a block, which will then go into another repeater over here set to maximum delay. Now place 2 sticky pistons in front of that repeater, another sticky piston back here, 2 slime blocks right there. Now come back up to this redstone dust and place an upside down half slab up here with redstone dust on top, and continue the half slabs all the way over to here and then place another full block like so. Put redstone dust on these 3 and a repeater on the block that's right over these pistons. Now we're going to lay out the rest of the pistons for this side. Take a regular piston and come over here to the side of these sticky pistons and place 2 facing backwards like so. Then take sticky pistons and come 2 blocks over from the slime blocks and face them up like so. Then go 2 blocks above those sticky pistons and place another sticky piston as well as a regular piston below it. Now it should look like this. To wire up all the pistons you have just placed, go ahead and place 2 blocks here like so, and come a block down and another block down, so you've made a staircase. Place a redstone repeater here, set it to 4 ticks, as well as redstone on all 3 of these blocks. Go ahead and grab a sticky piston and place it facing up right there with a block on top of it. Another block to the side with the redstone repeater set to 2 ticks that will go into this block. Then place a redstone torch to power it all. Now you should see those pistons pulse. Next, come to the underside of everything you've just built and place a block here and another block up like so, as well as a block down. Place a redstone repeater on this block and set it to 4 ticks with redstone beneath. Next, come 2 more blocks off of the block you've just placed, 1 more, and then come up 1 block. And I made a mistake earlier. This block actually needs to be an upside down half slab. So go ahead and replace that and place the repeater back on top of it set to 3 ticks. Now that you've fixed this to an upside down half slab, you're going to place a redstone dust here, a repeater, I don't know why that's like that, a repeater right here set to 2 ticks, with redstone dust on both of these blocks. Now go ahead and place a block on top of here to separate these 2 redstone lines. Next, come 3 blocks back, 2 more, and just complete this loop around here. With redstone repeater here, set it to 4 ticks, redstone dust there, and repeaters on all 4 of these blocks. Set these 2 to full delay, and these 2 to 3 ticks each. Now we are going to wire this timing circuit we have created to a double piston extender up here. Place a block here, and then start creating this lattice work, like this. Then destroy this block as well as that one. So now you have created this pattern. And place another block right here to complete it. Next, place redstone repeaters on both of these blocks and place an obsidian block right here. It must be obsidian because it's next to these slime blocks and you don't want it to move. Next, place a redstone torch on the back of this block as well as right here, and right here, and right here. If you've done it right, then that should have pulsed. So to reset it, we're just going to place that again. And now it's reset. The last circuit for this side, we are going to place a block up here and another block next to it. And I'll come above this redstone and place another block and another one. Then come up again and fill in this gap right here. Place redstone repeaters on both of these blocks and set them both to maximum delay. Redstone here, repeater here set to 2 ticks. Redstone, redstone, redstone. And now place another block on top to cut off this line. So before we move on, it would be a good idea for you to test to make sure you've done everything correctly. Go ahead and place blocks in these locations on the board, because these are the blocks that this side will be taken care of. Now come around and place a lever on this block, power it, and you should see those extend and grab those blocks. When you unpower it, the blocks should be retracted and end up down there. If that happens, then you've done everything correctly. If not, go back and check your work. Alright, so now let's start on the other side of this circuit. Go ahead and place an observer facing into the same block that the other one is. Now come down 1 block, right there, and place a repeater, set it to 2 ticks. This repeater will go into 2 redstone dust. And now take comparators, oops, wrong side. Take comparators and place a comparator facing this way, and a comparator facing this way. It is very important that you do the orientations like this. If not, the timing will not be correct. Go ahead and place a block here with redstone on it. Now place a hopper, doesn't matter which direction it's facing. Just place a hopper here, go inside, place a stack and 48 of any item you want. Now go down one block from the hopper and place another comparator right here. That is not a comparator. That comparator will be going into a block that will have redstone dust on the top. Go ahead and fill in this gap right here, place redstone here, another comparator right here, and set it to subtract mode. Now take your black wool and come back down to this circuit down here. Place a block on top of this repeater and place redstone dust on these two blocks. Go ahead and take some obsidian and place it right here, as well as obsidian here. And place redstone on top of this obsidian. And place another block up here to prevent those two from connecting. Place another block here with a repeater on it, set to 4 ticks. And then come back around and place redstone dust on top of this hopper. Now you're going to come to this side of the comparator and place an observer facing into that comparator. Go ahead and place a block on the face of the observer, come down 2 blocks, and place another block over here like so. Place redstone on this block, and a repeater on this block, set it to 2 ticks. This repeater will be going into a sticky piston with a slime block on its face. This slime block will come out and grab blocks here and here off of the bore. Next, come down off of this block, and place blocks coming all the way around like this. Place redstone on all 3 of these blocks, and a repeater on this block set to 4 ticks. That repeater will be going into an obsidian block. Off of the obsidian block, you're going to place another block down like so, and up right there. Place a repeater in this cranny, and set it to 2 ticks. Now off of this block, you're going to place a regular piston facing up, so it's next to the repeater. And that sticky piston is going to be held by, or that regular piston is going to be held by this sticky piston, excuse me. Next, get an upside down half slab and place it next to this block right here. Now come up, and then up again. Then you can place a solid block there and another solid block there. Place redstone on all 4 of those blocks, as well as a repeater right here set to 2 ticks. Now place another block on top of here so it cuts off those lines from connecting. This repeater will go into another sticky piston with a slime block on its face. This sticky piston will grab blocks here and here off of the drill. At this point, go ahead and place 2 obsidian blocks between these 2 pistons. Just in case these blocks don't get removed for some reason, it won't break your circuitry. Now that you've done that, come up 1 block off of this upside down half slab, another block behind the obsidian, redstone dust here, and a repeater here set to 2 ticks. Our repeater will be going into a block with another block on the side. This block will also have a repeater set to 3 ticks. Now place 2 pistons here and here. These pistons will push blocks here and here out of the way after they are pulled by these 2 slime blocks. Go ahead and place a piece of redstone dust on top of this block with an upside down half slab next to it, and redstone on top of that as well. Place an obsidian block here with a repeater set to 3 ticks. That repeater will be facing into a block right here. Now take a sticky piston and place it 3 blocks over from that block right there. And then take a regular piston and put it face down on the face of that sticky piston, similar to the one we did below. Now come up to this redstone dust right here and place 1 block up from it. Then on the side, place an upside down half slab. Place 3 blocks in a row like this, then a block up and on either side. And go ahead and break this block in the middle. And then place 1 more block on the side of this sticky piston right here. Now place redstone dust here, a repeater here set to 4 ticks, redstone dust and another repeater set to 2 ticks. And place redstone dust on both of those blocks, and then put an additional block here to block that from that. Now go to the underside. There we go. Underside, and place a repeater. Place a piston here and here. So it should look like this from the back. Alright, so that'll complete it for this side of the unloading mechanism. To toggle this circuit, you'll want to place a button on one of these 2 blocks and then simply press the button. The drill should kick off. Grab the blocks, and bring the blocks back, then unload them, and then it'll kick it off again. If you'd like to stop it from kicking off again every time it comes back, all you need to do is simply destroy this block. When the drill comes back into the station, it will not be sent back out again. If you want to make this toggleable, which is highly recommended, then all you need to do is place a sticky piston 2 blocks back from that block right there. And when you power the sticky piston, it will send itself back every time. If you unpower it, it'll stop it the next time it comes back. With these 2 mechanisms in place, you can turn it on, then press the button, get in the minecart, and ride the missile all the way down, all the way back, all the way down, all the way back. You have fully automatic mining. So, this is the end of the tutorial for the unloading station itself. If you do not wish to build a wither cage, this is where you will stop. From here on out, you will build your own block breaker and storage mechanism so that you can use this in your survival world. However, if you want to use my design for a wither cage, then go ahead and keep watching and we'll get started momentarily. So, this is a warning to everyone who is planning on proceeding. Build this in a creative world first. Because I guarantee, if you do not, you will mess up somewhere, and the wither will escape and destroy everything you've built. So, build it in a creative world first, and make sure you know exactly how to do it before you build it in your survival world. So now we're going to begin building the wither cage itself. You're going to want to come one block diagonally down from this piston, and place one block on the other side of it. Now come back up one block, and begin building the roof. The roof is 3 blocks across. On this block, you're going to place a dispenser facing down, then build 2 more layers. So you have a roof that is 5 blocks across with a dispenser in the middle. Then you're going to come back down and then place an upside down half slab in the middle. Continue this pattern for 5 blocks. That is 6 blocks. So yes, only continue that pattern for 5 blocks. You can do 6, but 5 is smaller. So now you're going to want to come down 2 more layers. So it's a 3 high wall. Like so. Now on the bottom side of this wall, you're going to make a 3x3 platform. Grab some cobblestone walls. And grab some pumpkins. You're going to build an iron golem right here. For those of you who do not know how to build an iron golem, this is how you do it. So I place an iron golem up here, and then you're going to place another one on top of the roof right here. And then trap them in with cobblestone walls like so. Next, you're going to begin making the walls. So come one diagonal down and build 5 across, except on this side specifically, so on the left side if you're facing the way that the drill will be going. You're going to break the middle block of the top portion of the wall and place another dispenser right there. Continue the ring all the way around the structure until it is complete. Now you're going to come down 2 blocks on each corner of the wall, and come down 1 more, and close off that gap. And add 1 extra layer to the front so you have this 2x2 hole aligned to the back of the wither cage. Now do the same thing on the other side. Come down 3 blocks on each side, connect them, and add 1 more layer to the front so you have this hole. Then go ahead and fill in that side of the wall, and then fill in this wall as well, all the way down. Feel free to add some glowstone or prismarine on that side of the wall as well. Now we're going to build a conveyor belt that will get the blocks from the unloading station to the wither cage. So, come to this white block right here, which is the bottom of the double piston extender circuit. Then come 1, 2, 3 blocks over, and then 1 block down this way. Place repeaters on both of these blocks to set them both to maximum delay. Redstone on these 2. And then place 2 pistons, like so, underneath, there we go, underneath this piece of redstone. Now, after the blocks are pushed down by this double piston extender, they will be pushed sideways by these 2 pistons. Now come back over to the wither cage frame, place 2 pistons like so, 2 obsidian blocks on this corner to make sure that it doesn't damage the wither cage if something goes wrong. Then come to this diagonal and place 2 pistons facing this way right here. What this will do, when we wire it up, is translocate blocks that are here to here every time the circuit is pulsed. So to wire this up, you're going to come 1 block down here, and another block down here, and come all the way over to this set of pistons. Place a redstone repeater here, set it to 2 ticks, and simply place redstone dust so that it connects right here. To wire up the other side, we're going to place a block here with a redstone repeater on the top, set to 2 ticks. Block down here, bring it back around, straight into this set of pistons right here. Redstone repeater set to 2 ticks, redstone dust all the way down. Now come back over here and place 2 blocks like so and 1 block like so. Place redstone repeater on that block and connect it up like so. Now we're going to take a dropper and place it facing up, another dropper facing forward, a hopper going back into the first dropper, and a redstone comparator coming out of the top dropper. Take one item of any kind and place it in the top dropper so the comparator is powered. Now place a sticky piston facing up with a block on its face. Another block right here with a redstone repeater set to 2 ticks. This repeater will go into a block with redstone dust on the other side with another block right here. Now you're going to take regular pistons and place them in a 4x4 grid like so. So it perfectly lines up with this hole that you've created. Now we're going to wire up the other side of the conveyor. From this block down here, come down 2 blocks and place a redstone dust right here. Come to the other side of this block and place a redstone repeater right here set to 4 ticks going into a block with blocks on either side. Now make a staircase down on both sides as well as down here on this side. Place redstone dust on all 3 of these blocks. Redstone repeater here set to 2 ticks. Block, redstone repeater here set to 4 ticks. This will go into a set of pistons. And there will be another set of pistons here, as well as obsidian in this corner like so. Next, and this will look very similar to the other side, I'm going to place a dropper facing up, dropper facing forward, hopper going into the first dropper, comparator with an item in the top dropper. Then place a sticky piston facing up with a block, redstone repeater set to 2 ticks, going into a block. Now you're going to come up and down off of this block with redstone on both, come up one more, across with redstone dust. Now place pistons in these 4 locations. Finally, to finish off the conveyor belt, you're going to come down here and place 2 blocks, connect the redstone, and your repeater here set to 2 ticks. Your conveyor belt is now complete. Just go ahead and take some obsidian, place it over here as a fail-safe so the system doesn't break. Oh, right, totally forgot. I forgot some very important pistons that you need to put in. Right here and right here. Oh. Make sure you do that before you try the system, because otherwise it just won't work. Alright, it's time to complete the wither cage itself. What you're going to do first is actually fill in this floor completely. Use some junk block that you don't care about, like cobblestone or dirt, because you're going to destroy this in a minute. Now you're going to come to this block in the middle right here, and place an iron bar, place nether brick fences on all 4 sides, and then place hoppers, filling in the rest of the space on the floor, all the way around. Like that. Then come back up and destroy the temporary floor that you made. And then take iron blocks and move this block back 1 on each side. This was a mistake I made earlier in the tutorial. So it's actually going to be like this. Then come and place hoppers below on each side. Like so. Then you're going to go ahead and fill water in every corner as well as in these 2 little nooks. This will create a centralized point where the wither will be forced to stay, so you can see this iron golem down here. So now you're going to take hoppers and continue this wall down like so on each side as well as right here and right here. Now you're going to place hoppers on the floor like so, except you need to do this in a very specific way. So continue these hoppers down 1 more, and then make all these hoppers just go straight sideways like so. Now you're going to take powered rails and place powered rails on every hopper and make sure that they line up like this. Now you're going to take blocks of iron and fill in every corner except for 1. And then start placing hopper minecarts on the rails. And you're going to have to quickly destroy this one. Place a hopper minecart here, and then replace this hopper. Now you can go ahead and fill in these hoppers right here, as well as right here, and right here. Destroy these hoppers, and make the central one face forward, and the other 2 face into that central one. Now you can go ahead and grab a chest, place it here, and your wither cage is now complete. Alright, so actually spawning the wither correctly is a very delicate process, but it is actually pretty straightforward. So what you're going to do first is put a water bucket in this top dispenser, and then go ahead and build your wither. You have to build it one block above the water, or you have to build it on the block above the water, because trying to put it in the water doesn't work for some reason. Now, before you actually build the wither, you're going to come up and place a button right here. And then make sure you have done a world backup before you begin this process, because if you built it wrong or something, anything like that, then the wither will go ahead and have no remorse and destroy everything you've built, starting with the iron golems. So please make sure that you do a world backup before you continue, because it's not my fault if you don't. Alright, so once you've steeled your nerves and you've made a world backup and you're ready, go ahead and place that third skull. The wither will spawn. Go ahead and press that button to make water appear and wait for the wither to spawn. Get rid of that button. And the wither will be trapped in the center. And continue shooting at that iron golem. And let me turn hostile creatures off. And it should be trapped now. Congratulations. So now that your wither cage is complete, you still need to do a few things before this is ready to go. First, place a hopper on top of this dispenser and place the chest on top of it, and then begin making a stack of chests. Really, you can make this as high as you want, but I'm making it high enough to fit the top block on the circuit, just for the sake of space. But this is plenty. This is like 4,700 cycles or whatever, because every time the drill goes down and comes back, it uses one snowball. So you're really not going to run out for a very long time. Now that you've done that, go ahead and place a block down here and a block up here. The redstone repeater right here set to 2 ticks, and a redstone dust on top of that block. That will power this dispenser after these pistons have pushed. Now we're going to implement a failsafe so that if the snowball supply runs low, the system will shut off automatically so we don't crush the wither and cause it to kill everything. So go ahead and destroy those 2 blocks. We're going to start by placing a redstone comparator right here, coming out of this hopper. And place a piece of blue wool right here, or really any block, it doesn't have to be blue wool. So place blocks right here, here, and here. Place redstone dust on those 2 blocks. And go ahead and place a sticky piston facing this way on that block with the block on its face. Come 1 block up here, and 1 right here. Place a repeater right here, piece of redstone right there, and a lever right here. You're going to go ahead and turn on that lever. Now you're going to fill all these chests with snowballs, as well as the hoppers. As soon as you put snowballs in that hopper, you'll see that that will extend, and it will start draining the snowballs into this dispenser, but we're going to go ahead and fill up that dispenser as well. So go through and fill up every chest that you can with snowballs. So there's one more thing that I highly recommend that you do before you start using this system, even though this is technically now complete. Go to your cave entrance and go below the cave entrance. It doesn't matter how much below, but this should be good enough. And place 3 half slabs. Yeah, place 3 half slabs like so. Place a hopper right here, and then 2 hoppers going into it, with a chest on the front. Make this hopper go into the chest. This will break any sand that the boar brings back, because the boar can go through sand. So I'm going to demonstrate real quick over here. The boar can mine sand, but what it does is it brings the sand back, and then the sand falls onto these half slabs, gets broken, and put into this chest. So you would connect this chest as well as this chest to any sorting system of your choice, which I will not be doing in this video. And then the system is done. You can go use it and enjoy yourself. So that is it. That's it. You've done it. You have now created a 100% AFK-able mining system that you can use in your survival. What the heck? Did you see that glass duplicating itself? Huh. That's odd. And now that observer... Okay, this is a completely different problem for a different video. But... I'm getting really distracted. Anyway, now the system should be complete. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Please sure to subscribe for more videos, and please tell me how I did. Rather than just disliking it, if you're going to dislike it, please tell me what I did wrong so I can get better in the future, because I can't get better unless you tell me how. So, this has been Redguard. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.